Good morning. It's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself, and today I want to talk about not being ready. Okay, this is an excuse that many of us use, and in many cases we don't really think it is an excuse. We think it's a fact, right? That we're not ready to do something. We're not ready to go back to work. We're not ready to socialize with friends. We're not ready to take that long solo trip. We're not ready to do this, to do that. We're not ready. Whatever it is with our health problems, our confidence has gotten shattered. We believe we're damaged. We believe we're unable to perform, unable to keep up, unable to, get it right, to be perfect, whatever it is, to do a good job. We will let people down. It's too much, it's too hard, it's too difficult, it's too much effort, it's okay. So, but what are the things in your life that you actually feel like you should do, you want to do, you need to do at some point in your life? What are things, not that not that other people want you to do, not that people are telling you you should do, but things that you feel you really need to or want to do, but you're too scared. Fear prevents you from doing them. Okay, a lot of times the sun is just directly behind me. A lot of times fear prevents us from doing everything that we want to do when we're chronically ill. The fear of failing, the fear of it being hard, the fear of being seen, the fear of being embarrassed, the fear of being judged, the fear of being criticized, the fear of being embarrassed, right? These are all reasons why we avoid doing things. The fear of being uncomfortable, the fear of failing. These are all reasons why we avoid doing the things that we need to do for ourselves and for our lives, to grow, to become a better person, to provide for our families, to, take a risk, to take a chance, to get the life that we want, basically. Something is standing in between us and getting the life that we want, and it is fear that prevents us from taking action on the things that we need to do. So, I'm here today to talk to you about all of those excuses, all of those reasons, valid or not, that you're too afraid, right, to move forward, to do the thing you don't want to do. And this is where it becomes really important. People who are healing and are on their healing journey often heal so far, or they heal a little bit, and they don't really push through the boundaries. And that's because you're always giving yourself a later date. I'm not ready yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Have you ever said that? I'm just not ready, to take on this, to volunteer at my kid's school, to get a job. I'm just not ready to have friends again, to socialize. I'm just not ready to, take on that family dinner and host that family dinner. I'm just not ready to start dating again. I'm just not ready to, fill in the blank. I'm just not ready. I'm not prepared. I'm not strong enough. I'm not healthy enough, right? And what we're really saying is, I don't believe in myself. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid to be judged. I'm afraid to be criticized. I'm afraid to get it wrong. It's going to be too hard. I want someone to do it for me. I want to be taken care of, right? These are what we're really saying. But instead we say, I'm not ready. And we push that off. We push it to the future, like as if there's going to be some magical day where we're going to be ready. But I can tell you from living through many different things, chronic illness, chronic anxiety, all kinds of chronic conditions, right? Chronic pain, that you're never going to be ready. You have to tell yourself, I'm ready. I'm going to do it anyway. You have to say, I know I'm going to fail. I know I'm not ready for this. I know this scares me. I know this terrifies me. I know this leaves me vulnerable and open for judgment and criticism and to get it wrong and to expose myself and to be vulnerable and to possibly get hurt or be abandoned or feel rejected or fail, right? This leaves me open for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because until we start to step through those fears of I'm just not ready and say, I might not be ready, but I'm going to try anyway, and allow ourselves to feel the embarrassment, to feel the criticism, to feel the judgment, to feel the fear, to feel the overwhelm, to feel the discomfort, to feel the anxiety, to feel the pain, to feel the pressure, to feel whatever it is that we are going to feel that we're resisting. And that's why we put up the excuse that we're not ready yet. Until we allow ourselves to feel it. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you crash. Maybe you burn. Maybe you're criticized. Maybe you're judged. Maybe you're abandoned. Maybe you fail. Maybe it doesn't work out. But until we try that and learn that failing's okay. It's okay that we were judged or criticized or embarrassed or whatever it is that we were afraid, that it didn't work out. And then we get back up like on a horse that you've fallen off of. That's the old expression, right? Get back up and try again. We have to get back up and try again. Because only through the trying, the failing, the trying, the failing, and the continued effort of breaking through that excuse, that resistance, or that perceived truth that we have of not being ready is how we get ready, is how we break through it. We're never going to break through it just by thought alone. We have to go through, physically go through the uncomfort and the undesirable feelings and emotions attached with going through it. So we have to go through and we have to feel those things that we want to protect ourselves from, that we want to keep ourselves safe from, that we want to, right? Because we're in self-protection mode, whether we want to believe it or not. When we say, I'm not ready, I'm just not ready, I can't do it yet, I'm not there yet. When we say that, what we're really saying is, I want to keep myself safe. I need to protect myself. I feel scared, open, vulnerable, and I'm worried. And I'm trying to protect myself and keep myself safe from feeling all those terrible things, from getting hurt, from being disappointed, from whatever it is that we're afraid of. And I'm protecting myself from that. But by protecting yourself from that, you are keeping yourself stuck. Really hear this. You're keeping yourself stuck in the same spot that you are now. Because by protecting yourself from something that you don't want to do, you are staying where you are. You're literally not allowing yourself to move from where you are now to where you need to be, which is healed, healthy. So when you say no, when you say I'm not ready, when you self-protect, and I understand why you do this. This is a natural, normal reaction. So please don't beat yourself up over it. This is it. Everyone does this. So this is not a bad thing. It's a natural biological instinct to protect yourself. But when we are wrapped in protection, we are keeping ourselves where we are. And the last thing that you want to be, I know it, is where you are. You want to be over there. You want to be healed. And the only way that you can get over there, the only way that you can get on the other side of the bridge is by crossing it. You can't stay here and wish that you were on the other side of the bridge. You have to cross it. And the only way that you can cross it is by taking the risk, taking the chance, doing it, feeling the fear, feeling the disappointment, feeling the rejection, feeling the anxiety, feeling the embarrassment, whatever it is, and doing it anyway. And allowing ourselves to feel along the way, not trying to protect ourselves from all those feelings, but like allowing them, almost just like welcoming them. Because on the other side of feeling all that is realizing that we're still alive. We're still here. It didn't kill us. It didn't hurt us. It didn't make us worse off than we are right now. So then we get braver to try again. And we feel all those feelings and we wish we weren't doing it. And we want to self-protect and we want to just stay where we are, but we just keep trying. And then we get a little bit further, right? And by getting a little bit further is by realizing that you're okay still. You're not going to die. You're not worse off for having tried and failed, for having tried and not accomplished, for having tried and been rejected or been exposed or been vulnerable or been scared, been whatever it is, you're still okay and you can still try again. And as we continue down this road, crossing this bridge, we suddenly look back one day and we realize, I'm doing the thing that I didn't think I was ready to do. I'm doing it. And look, I'm not bad at it. I'm doing okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and I don't have to get it right. And look how exposed I am, and look how open to judgment and criticism and rejection and abandonment I am, but I'm still here. I'm standing in this discomfort. And the more you stand in your own discomfort, the more comfortable it becomes, and the less discomfort, it stays. So only by standing in that discomfort for long enough does the feeling, that emotion around it, start to dissipate. And once that dissipates, you realize you're doing the thing and everything's okay. And then you can continue to do even more things, right? And we have to push ourselves, because if we don't, that day will never come and you will never be healed. So you have to claim it. So let me give you some practical tips and practical advice on how to best do this. I want you to get a pen and I want you to get a paper. Pause this video right here. Go do it. This is important. Get the pen, get the paper. Stop resisting, right? For those of you who don't want to get up and get the pen and paper, I get it. You're resisting. You just want to hear this. You just want to have this float into your head and back out and get on with your day or get on with the next video. But no, you want to move forward, right? So get the pen. Okay, if you have the pen and paper, congratulations. That is just a resistance that you broke through. I want you to write down, take a 5-minute, just set a timer on your phone, whatever, and write down all the things that you don't think you can do, that you are scared to do. All the places that you're stuck, that you're not moving forward, all the places that you wish you could do if you were healthy, all the things that you would do if you were healthy, but you're not doing now. Okay, so start with the first. Do it all, right? So set the timer and write down all of those things I just said. Okay, if you're done writing them down, notice the list. Okay, we're going to order them now. We're going to say, okay, I've got this list of 20 things. I want you to write down the list of 20 things that you're, or maybe even 10, whatever, however many, maybe it's 50, however many things, but at least 10, up to 50, okay, in between 10 and 50 things that you're afraid of, that you're resisting, that you're not doing, that if you were healthy you would do, that you would enjoy doing if you only didn't have these symptoms or suffering or whatever it is, that you should do, that you want to do, that you feel you need to do, but you're not doing for whatever reason. Now write them down on the list, and now we are going to order the list from the least scary to the most scary, to the least uncomfortable to the most uncomfortable, right? So maybe going back and getting a full-time job is the most uncomfortable. So put it at the very top of the list. And maybe doing something like hosting a family get-together is the least uncomfortable. So put it first. So now you're going to order these things and you're going to look at them from the least terrifying, the least uncomfortable, the least out of your comfort zone to the most terrifying, the most scary, the most vulnerable, the most, I definitely don't think I can do that, right? Now you're going to look at this list, and anything that is really something that someone else wants you to do, not you, like something that you really just don't want to ever do. And if you were a healthy, normal person, you would never do it. So that's kind of the bar. Just cross it off, okay? If you would never do this anyway, you're only doing it to make somebody else happy, this is something you would never ever even want to do, even if this illness was not a problem for you. Cross that off. Okay, so now we're looking at a list that's truly, if you were healthy and you were happy and you had everything you want, you had the dream life that you wanted, you would do these things. You would want these things to be okay to do and to be normal and you to feel good about, and you would enjoy them and whatever. Okay, so now we're going to one by one a day or one a week. You decide as fast or as slow as you want to get healed, right? You take the first one and you say, okay, this week I'm going to do this. And you realize that when you do it, you're going to feel uncomfortable. This is normal, okay? We don't run from it when we feel uncomfortable. We actually welcome it. We go through it. Even if the worst happens, even if your symptoms flare, even if you're in the bathroom half the night when, whatever it is, you still do it. You take the risk, and when you're done, you congratulate yourself no matter what the outcome was. No matter how good or bad you were is not the point. Success or perfection has no bearing on this. Actually just doing it, no matter the outcome, just doing it is the success. So if you completed it, if you did it, if you felt the uncomfortable feelings, no matter if it was good or bad, doesn't matter. If you did it, you give yourself a check mark, okay? So then you can move on to the next one. Or if you don't feel ready to move on to the next one, you need one more practice, you do that one again, okay? So you can do that one up to 3 times, but only 3 times before you have to move on to the next one. So if you need more time, you think, to build to the next one, or you want this to feel a little more comfortable for you, you're gonna do it again. You can do it again. You only have to do it once, but you have to do it once. If you want to do it 3 times, then you can do it 3 times and give yourself 3 check marks. But after the 3rd time, you have to move on to the next one. Then you do the next one. Success isn't the goal, right? You're gonna, same thing. You're gonna keep doing it. And you can do that up to 3 times before you have to move on to the next one. Okay, so right now you have 10 to 30 things on your list, let's say, and maybe you want to do 1 a week, maybe you want to do 2 a week, 3 a week, 1 a day. I don't care what you choose, but choose something, because every time you go forward, you're going forward. And even if it doesn't feel like you're going anywhere because your symptoms are the same, or your feelings are the same, or your emotions are the same, or your reactions are the same, the fact that you're doing all of this anyways in spite of it, you will see is building you as a person. It's building your belief in yourself, it's building your character, it's saying goodbye to old patterns, old resistances. It's really taking the bull by the horns and saying, I don't want to stand where I'm standing anymore. I don't want to be stuck right here. I want to move over there. I want to start moving forward. I want to move. I want to grow. I want to take the chance. I want to be willing. I want to open myself up, right? These are all things that you need to do in order to get to the next level, and you do them even if things aren't changing, your symptoms aren't changing, whatever. It's not about having your symptoms diminish. It's not about getting it perfect. It's not about doing a good job. It's not about being comfortable doing it. It's about doing it. It's just about doing it. No matter what happens, good or bad, symptoms or not, whatever, it's not the point of this. And when you get to the end, you will see what the benefit is. You will find out firsthand. I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen at the end, but when you get there, you will see. You will see how you've changed as a person. You will have perspective. You will know things that you didn't know before. You will feel things that you didn't feel before. And you will see clearly what needs to happen in order to reach your goal of full health. You will start to see. But I mean, do the scariest things. Do them. You can do them. I believe in you. Believe in yourself and take the risk today.